with our very own Tomas Manglona from the KUAM news team. We now join the Zoom in progress where I believe they're just about to start this press conference. We do have Senator Tello Taitagui, Senator Joanne Brown coming on. They've introduced a bill that plans to implement more reporting requirements for ARP and infrastructure funds. And so we're going to get the couple senators on. We'll also do our 8 o'clock look at news. But first, like I said, let's head over to the NMI.
All right, a very pleasant good morning once again, everybody. 8 o'clock in the morning here in the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. And as I promised you earlier, we're going to have our Honorable Governor online this morning, along with our media partners, to share with us all of what's happening in your government. Governor, good morning.
Good morning, Aperitivo, and buenos dias, everybody. Viva Miss Marianas and Miss Famalawan, Shabut. Last night was awesome. We had the Independent International Women's Month. We had a good celebration down at the museum. We recognized over 40 women across different occupations, from volunteer to different profession. And it was really, really nice activity. We had different performances and, of course, a lot of cultural booth. And so I wanted to give a shout out to all those that participated, the Women's Affairs Office, CNMI Women's Affairs Organization, as well as the First Lady Diane Foundation, and different organizations, the museum, led by, of course, Dania Aquino, Executive Director, all the volunteers, the vendors that came out last night. It was really, really nice event. So I want to congratulate all those that was nominated and received an award. So again, I wanted to thank all of them. This week, we broke grounds on the Center for Living Independent Living, which is CLI. And that broke ground a few days ago, which is 700,000 plus renovation on the building. So that's really exciting. I think, and then of course, a couple of days ago, again, I also signed, Gary, and you're part of that, the Governor's Environmental Council, which will focusing on not just on the universal garbage collection, but as well as anything and everything that deals with our environment, including the sanctuary that's in front of us. I wanted to also just inform everyone that there will be a virtual meeting March 31st, which is next week, Thursday, from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Local time. And then also, as you know, we need to turn in all written comments by April 25th. So that's a really important date for all of us to remember. Well, yesterday is a holiday, which is our Covenant Day, a day to remember about 5 decades ago, President Gerald Ford signed our Commonwealth as a political union with the United States. And I hope that we all took some time to appreciate that relationship. I think that's about it. Other than that, we're also going to be having a veteran town hall meeting. I know that earlier this year, or last year, late last year, we had the Veterans Office started conducting town hall meeting on different villages to hear and give our veterans the opportunity to echo their concerns and perhaps things that they appreciate also, the services that the Veterans Office offer, or what additional assistance they need. So we will be having on Wednesday, March 30, in Rhoda's mayor's office conference hall. That would be from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And also on Friday, which is April 1st, would be in Tinian Public Library from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. We encourage not just the veterans, but families and anyone who's concerned or wants to chip in on their advices or maybe experiences, how to better the program. So again, that'll be March 30, Rhoda Mayor's Office from 6 to 8, and Friday, April 1st, Tinian Public Library, 6 to 8. And I'm open for comments or questions.
Thank you, Governor. Tom, you go first, then Sally, then Morgan, then Ferdy.
Hi, good morning, Governor. I just wanted to follow up on the developments that we were asking questions about last week. Is your attorney, Viola Alapuzo, still going to be representing you in the impeachment proceedings, given that Senator Carl King Neighbors has requested you withdraw her after he confirmed her involvement before she was hired?
We will be finalizing that result hopefully in the next week.
Are you considering to withdraw her as your personal legal counsel in the proceedings?
I'll let you know that next week, Thomas.
Can we get your comment after last week you said you were just learning of the situation? Obviously, a lot of information has now come to light, is in public view. Do you have any further comments about the situation given that the impeachment proceedings are set to be scheduled any moment now?
No, I look forward to it. It's been long overdue, and I can't wait to get this proceeding on the road rolling and get it over with.
All right. I wanted to ask you about the environmental council that you put together. Who will make up this council, and how is this different from the other environmental agencies that already exist?
Okay, so this one here, I've not appointed anyone yet on the council, but this specifically, again, I would address the universal garbage collection. And so that's one of the major tasks is to move forward on how to make the universal garbage collection successful on all three islands. That's one of the main goals. Of course, being the environment, it goes not just the garbage collection, but as well as anything that deals with the environment. And sanctuary is one of them.
Right. That's all the questions for this round. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Sally, go ahead.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Hi.
So I just wanted to ask, Fire Chief Dennis Mendiola announced that he will be stepping down and as fire chief and will be assuming the position as Special Assistant to Homeland Security. Have you made an appointment already for who will be the next commissioner of the Department of Fire and Emergency Medical Services?
Not yet. To my last conversation with Dennis and also with Gerald, that effective date would be sometime first week of April and maybe into second week of April. So there's no appointment yet as to the next commissioner for defense.
All right, thank you. And the Coalition Against Domestic Violence is celebrating their 15th year here in the CNMI. Could you speak on, the progress that they've made, the accomplishments, and the success?
Well, I think they are the best entity to answer that in terms of the full progress that they've done. But I do know this in terms of just being hearing all the advocates that they've done. Definitely have reached out to a lot of those victims, educating our youth on the importance of not being silent. And we're seeing a lot of more heroes who's coming out and literally putting themselves out there and say and share their horror stories so that others can understand that what they're going through, that there's help, that there's numbers, there's hope. So I think that I got to commend all of them, from Macy to everyone in the organization who have stepped up and make it an issue that silence is no longer allowed. And so I support that, I've encouraged that, and I look forward for a better communication as well, and to encourage all the victims, not just those that are going through today, those in the past. We got to allow them some healing process. At the same time, there's got to be closure to those that's been victimized. So my message today is those that's been victimized and current victim, please come out. There's numbers there that you can reach out. You are not alone. We're here to support you. And I hope and pray that those perpetrators stop their actions. They're nowhere needed in this community.
All right, thank you, Gov. And my last question, speaking of sexual assault, domestic violence, and, current issues that have come to light here in the CNMI, recently there was a case, there was a father who was charged with incest, and in the report, or according to court documents, it was learned that this guy is, on ice. And just over the weekend, the Division of Customs seized nearly 5 pounds, right, at the border. What is your take on, these issues, the war on ice, and just, sexual assault?
I guess that there's a correlation between drug addicts or this drugs involvement to some of these sexual assaults. And of course, that's always another priority in my administrations to fight war against drugs. And the director for K9 unit with JJ Atalik, we have been pushing hard on getting more K9s in. And I believe we should be expecting more K9s to come in here to CNMI to assist on this kind of activities, not just at the post office, but as well as passengers coming in and also cargos. So yes, it is a priority. It's always a challenge and always a fight. These guys are so creative in trying to bring in our drugs to our community. So again, it is a priority, and I hope that we continue to fight drugs against drugs, of course, in the community. We're putting all of our efforts on the borders. I want to congratulate those also that has been able to seize not just the meth, but other drugs that's been coming into the CNMI.
All right, thank you, Gov. That's all the questions I have.
All right, Sally, thank you.
Morgan, go ahead, and then Freddie.
Hello, good morning. I just wanted to check in on the next round of stimulus and see if there were any solidified plans or anything that you could share with us.
Not yet. There's no final update on the stimulus. I am waiting to get more reports and our financial status before we start pushing out information to the community.
Okay, no worries. When it does come out, is it going to be on a card like last time, or will there be a different form of payment this time, or has that not been decided yet either?
Well, it's always, we've had some challenges. Obviously, at the end of the day, we've seen some positive outcome on us using cards, although there are challenges as well. So we're trying to close that gap of challenges. But at the end of the day, I think the card is the best way. You're able to, again, use your stimulus in just about every opportunity or decision options, as long as your vendor or merchant number here registered in the CNMI.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
All right, there you go. Coverage of the CNMI Governor Ralph Torres' weekly press conference with our very own Tomas Manglona. They're in the CNMI asking questions. So that happens every Friday, 8 o'clock. And thank you, Tomas, again for that coverage. It's 8/17, Friday, March 25th. Let's go ahead and get into our news now here, a little closer to your neck of the jungle.